To what extent do you feel that the data collated within the SharePoint site offers a good representation of the depth and extent of program design thinking?
The real challenge to that is, again, one of cultural change. It's about whether program teams take responsibility for deciding what the data collated on that site should be. So what I encountered was program teams saying, should we put this up, should we put that up, should we tell the site about this conversation, whatever. To which my answer became quite quickly, this is up to you.
Yeah.
Just like it's up to you what you would put in a document, so it's up to you what you would put on the SharePoint site. And it was almost as though, perhaps because it was a new process, those people wanted to be able to say, we've complied with the requirements of the SharePoint site. There are no requirements of the SharePoint site. It is for the program team to decide what data to collate on there, and they should use as their marker. How can we evidence what we've done?
I'll ask a follow-on question to that, if I may. In terms of, you're a very experienced chair, and you've seen through the extent processes, you've had documentation put forward for an approval event. If you compare that to this process, to what extent do you feel that there was any difference in your insight into the journey that they've made, the underpinning rationale for design choices? Was it augmented?
Much more. At its worst, in the extent process, you have to work really hard in a panel to tease out why things have been decided, because people are geared into a thinking which is that they're being judged on the product, that is to say the documents, rather than how they got to them. And almost without exception, in recent times, I was talking about this to a colleague recently, almost without exception, the effect of the discussion in a panel under the extent approval system is to make you think that the team are more on top of it than the documents actually indicate. If you can surface some of that valuable discussion earlier in the day, then you're going to have a better process.